General Hospital spoilers tease that Thursday's episode could turn into absolute chaos before anyone even realizes what game is really being played behind the scenes. And guys, the way I'm looking at this right now, it feels like almost everybody is walking straight into traps they don't even know exist yet. Nothing about this situation feels simple anymore. In fact, I think the truth could be far more dangerous than what any of these characters are seeing on the surface. Right now, all eyes seem to be drifting toward Ethan, and honestly, I can't shake this feeling that Sonny's world is about to destroy him before he even gets the chance to explain himself. We already know Ethan is stepping deeper into risky territory while working for Sonny, but it feels like that danger may only be the outer layer of something much darker. Because if the rumors are true, Ethan could be hiding a secret that would blow up several lives at once. And I mean completely destroy them. There's a growing sense that Ethan may actually be the father of a little girl connected to Delilah's past. But here's the part that keeps bothering me. What if Ethan never even knew the child survived? What if somebody deliberately kept that truth buried all these years? Because the timing here feels suspicious. Too suspicious. Suddenly, there's whispering about Delilah again. Suddenly, mysterious people are appearing. And suddenly, Chase seems nervous about certain information getting out. That cannot be a coincidence. If you ask me, Chase may not be trying to protect Ethan at all. I think he could be trying to contain a disaster before it reaches the public. There's a difference. And those are two completely different motivations. Because, let's think about this carefully. Why would Chase want this secret buried so badly, unless exposing it would hurt someone else too? It almost feels like there are pieces missing from the story. Maybe Delilah lied to multiple people. Maybe someone paid to cover up the pregnancy. Or maybe the child's existence threatens connections to money, inheritance, or even criminal activity. The way I see it, this secret feels way too explosive to just be about emotional heartbreak. And then comes Alexis. Now, this is where things start feeling genuinely dangerous. Because Alexis digging around is never random. When Alexis senses blood in the water, she keeps pulling threads until the whole sweater falls apart. And apparently, Ava may introduce Alexis to some mysterious individual claiming to know everything about Delilah's past. That alone sends up red flags for me immediately. Whenever somebody suddenly appears with all the answers, it usually means they also have an agenda. This person allegedly knows the dirt on Ethan. They supposedly know Ethan abandoned the child, but what if that story itself is manipulated? What if Ethan was framed into believing the baby died? Or what if someone erased evidence before Ethan could learn the truth? Because honestly, Ethan doesn't strike me as someone cold enough to knowingly walk away from his own daughter forever. Something about the narrative feels twisted. But here's the terrifying part. Ethan may never get the chance to uncover the truth anyway. Because the danger around Sonny's operation keeps escalating, and I honestly think Ethan's life could be hanging by a thread right now. There's this heavy feeling that someone wants Ethan's silence before secrets start spilling everywhere. And if Ethan dies before learning he has a daughter still alive somewhere, that would become one of the darkest tragedies this show has built in months. Meanwhile, over at Windermere, the situation sounds like an absolute powder keg ready to explode. Danny sneaking into the castle already feels like a terrible idea from the start. We all know Windermere has become the kind of place where people enter with confidence and leave traumatized, if they leave at all. And now Danny and his friend may have walked directly into Cullum's orbit at the worst possible moment. Cullum warning Danny about danger almost feels theatrical to me. Like he's performing concern without actually feeling any of it. Because underneath that warning, I think there's something much colder happening. It feels very possible that Cullum wants Danny dead and wants the entire thing to look accidental. And honestly, that's the kind of calculation that makes this storyline feel terrifying. Because if Danny dies at Windermere, Cullum can easily pretend he tried to help. He can claim the castle was unsafe. He can shift blame onto circumstances. But deep down, it feels like he's already imagining how to eliminate every loose end connected to him. Except there's one massive problem standing in his way now. Sidwell. I have this strong feeling Sidwell may have finally figured out the truth about his son's murder. And Britt may be the reason everything changes. If Britt secretly confirmed Cullum's involvement, then suddenly this entire situation transforms into revenge territory. Not business. Not manipulation. Revenge. And guys, revenge inside Windermere never ends cleanly. What fascinates me is that Sidwell may already be setting a trap while pretending everything is under control. That's the energy I'm getting here. Calm on the outside, rage underneath, the kind of rage that waits patiently before striking. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Sidwell intentionally allows Cullum to feel safe for a few more hours before turning the entire castle into a death trap. The wild part is Britt probably knows exactly what's coming, but I don't think Britt plans on stopping it. That silence says everything. Because from Britt's perspective, Cullum dying may solve multiple problems at once. Rocco becomes safer. Dany becomes safer. Other people trapped in this nightmare become safer. So even if Britt feels conflicted morally, there's a real possibility she decides Cullum's downfall is necessary. And honestly, that creates this eerie tension where several characters may quietly allow violence to happen because they think it serves the greater good. That kind of moral gray area is where this show becomes its most dangerous. Then there's Dante, who apparently receives shocking news that sends him into panic mode. And I don't think this is just another routine emergency call. This feels personal. Very personal. Maybe Dante learns Dany is trapped inside Windermere. Maybe somebody gets injured. Or maybe Dante discovers there's an active murder setup unfolding inside the castle walls. Whatever the case, I think Dante rushing to the scene could make things even worse instead of better. Because every time more people flood into Windermere during a crisis, the body count risk somehow multiplies. And if Sidwell truly plans to eliminate Cullum that night, Dante arriving unexpectedly could throw the entire situation into chaos. Innocent people could end up caught between revenge, panic, and cover-ups, all happening simultaneously. Laura's role in all this also feels suspiciously important. We're hearing Laura wants answers, but the exact subject still feels unclear. Some people think it connects to Rocco's possible crimes. Others believe Alexis or Lulu may reveal something even more explosive. Personally, I think Laura is about to uncover information tying several storylines together in ways nobody expected. Because the timing is too perfect. Secrets about Ethan. Violence at Windermere. Alexis investigating Delilah. Dante panicking. Laura searching for truth. It all feels connected by invisible wires underneath the surface. Like one revelation could trigger every other disaster at once. And then we get to Valentine and Carly. Honestly, I never fully trusted the stability of this relationship from the beginning. There was always this emotional instability simmering underneath them. Too many secrets, too much baggage. And now it seems like the pressure may finally crack whatever fragile connection they were building. But I'm not convinced this is a permanent ending. It feels more like two people pulling apart because the danger around them became unbearable. There's a difference. Sometimes separation in this world isn't about lack of feelings. Sometimes it's survival. Still, Valentine continuing his mysterious plan despite everything feels incredibly reckless. And if the rumors are true that he wants to save Anna, then he may already know the cost could be his own life. That's the vibe I'm getting here. A sacrifice storyline. Valentine may believe protecting Anna matters more than protecting himself. And if that's true, then Carly pulling away emotionally could actually push Valentine deeper into dangerous territory instead of stopping him. Finally, we have Nina. And honestly, this may be the most frightening storyline developing right now because Nina no longer feels motivated by fear alone. She feels consumed by it. There's a huge difference. The possibility that Nina wants Brennan dead instead of merely incapacitated changes everything. Especially because Willow's fear about Drew recovering seems to be feeding Nina's paranoia even further. It's almost like Nina is watching what fear did to Willow and deciding she refuses to live that way herself. Which means Nina could convince herself that murder is protection. That's the terrifying part. And once somebody starts believing death is the safest solution, there's almost no limit to what they justify afterward. Guys, the deeper I look at Thursday's setup, the more it feels like several people are preparing for irreversible choices without realizing how connected their fates actually are. Ethan may die before learning he has a daughter. Cullum may walk into Sidwell's revenge trap. Dante may arrive too late to stop disaster. Valentine may sacrifice everything for Anna. Nina may cross a line she can never come back from. But the biggest question haunting me right now is this. What if somebody at the center of all these storylines already knows the full truth and is quietly letting every single disaster happen anyway?
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.